Hi, this is Dr. Young, and I'm just going to go over an example of market basket analysis. This is going to be a simple example. We're not getting into descriptive statistics and everything like that, okay? I don't want to overwhelm, and I don't want to take a lot of your time. But if you want to try this out, if you want to try this experiment, or this example, you can kind of see how the process works and how decisions can be made from this data. The first thing you need to do is download R and RStudio. If you haven't done that already, it's free, it's open access. You can just go online and download it to your Apple or your Mac. I mean, your Apple or your PC. Your Mac or your PC. Two things. Another thing is that you'll need to download these packages using the package and install feature here. And you will need to initiate each package like I just am going to do right now. So one of the things is with market basket analysis, you're using association. And it's called association rule learning. It's unsupervised learning. And it is just kind of a rule, it's based on rules, and it's a method for discovering relations between variables in large databases, and we have a large database here. Within that, we have the a priori algorithm, and that uses specific metrics to find relationships. And specifically, it will use support, confidence, lift, and conviction. We're probably going to focus on support, confidence, and lift for this overview. If it's got a high lift, there's usually a good indication that the items are positively related. It's very important for us to look at the differences between support, confidence, and lift. Support is basically the proportional frequency of an item in a database. So in this case, how many times does this product occur in a cart for all transactions? The confidence is how confident are we that an event is going to happen given another event. Okay. And then the lift tells us whether the probability of an event increases or decreases given, the probability of an event B increases or decreases given the event A. So if you have a high lift here, that usually means that the items are positively related. So I want you to make sure to remember that while we're going through this, because that's what you're going to think about when you're seeing some of the data here. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, now the data we're going to use is the grocery data. Did I already talk about this? I don't think I have. No. Made too many videos today. Every month there is a every month there is somebody that maintains data in the R. Here it is. It's called the R repository. It's a groceries transactions data set. Every 30 days, point of sale data is uploaded to this. These are here are the main people that maintain it. It's actually within a package, I think. Yeah. 835 transactions into 169 categories. So there's a lot of data in here, and it's changing every month. So that is what we're using. And we're going to load that data here. So what I've decided to do is take the top 20 products. You can change this to 30, 40, 50, I don't know, whatever you want. I'm just going to keep it at 20 for now, but you can change that if you want more. I'm going to run and see what our top 20 most frequent items are. And what we found are these items here. We've got whole milk, other vegetables. Some of it's a bit generic, but those are the categories in the data set. So that's what we're going to use. Then we're going to get our a priori rules. We're going to just set them. So what I've done here is I've set the support at a minimum of 0.001 and a confidence at 0.8 or above. So those are the parameters and the baseline, like the foundations for this analysis. Those are the minimum. So let's just take a look at what we get. And I'm going to pull up the top 10 items here. Actually, let's make that smaller just because it's kind of annoying. Well, let me just see if it. Well, we'll just use it. Okay, so here's the top 10 items. Now, what do we have here? Well, what we have here is that the likelihood there's a confidence level of 0.90 that you're going to buy liquor with your beer. Now, the frequency of an item overall isn't that high. But if you buy this, you're probably going to get that. Now, the lift on that is really high. I mean, that's pretty strong right there. So, moving on, let's, hold on a second. Okay, there. So let's target something. We're going to target an item. I might change it to something different. Okay, let's do that. Okay, let's say we are going, okay, I did domestic eggs. I decided not to do the milk. So let's just run that. You can change that too. You can run all kinds of products. Look at the top 10, look at the top 30, look at the top 40, 50, whatever you want. Pick another item. It doesn't matter. And write it in there. Okay, so now we've picked domestic eggs and we're measuring everything against domestic. I've picked domestic eggs and we're going to measure everything against that. And it is listed in, let's see, by support, it's the highest, it's by confidence, I'm sorry. So the highest confidence level we have right now, for it, we have the most confidence and the highest lift, it looks like, for domestic eggs and citrus fruit, other vegetables, whole milk, and cream cheese. So there's a lot going on there. We need to narrow it down, though. So let's see if we can narrow it down. There we go. Now we've narrowed it down. We've narrowed it down, and we have the highest confidence level for whole milk. And the thing about it is, and let's just look at this. I'm going to run this graph, and now I have to pull it over because it always pops up on the wrong window for me. Whoops. It's knocking my other one off. Okay, let me make this smaller, and that way I can do this. There we go. Let's take a look at our graph. And like I said, so you can change it. You can manipulate the data, look at different things, and run it all over again. But what I did was I picked domestic eggs, and the biggest relationship, the biggest confidence level and support I have there is whole milk. Now, the only thing you can see, the bigger the circle, the likelihood, the more confidence and support you're going to have for that. But one of the things that you want to look at as well is lift. Okay. And you can see, let's just take a look at something with a very low lift. Soda. Here's one. Soda. Soda has a low lift, and that is why that dot is light. So you're looking for the bigger dot with the darker color as the most reliable, the most positive, to find the most positively related item with the egg, for example, whatever you're looking at. So in this case, you would definitely look at whole milk. But you also want to pay attention to the lift as far as like, let's look at vegetables. I mean, you've got root vegetables and vegetables. And you know that the other vegetables, there's a more of a higher confidence level than the root vegetables, but at the same time, the root vegetables have a higher lift than the other vegetables here. So these are things you kind of have to balance and look at and think about, because having a high lift is basically, it tells us that the items are probably positively related, or there's a strong possibility for that. And confidence obviously matters too, but you just, again, it's not just clear cut. You have to look at that too. So anyway, I hope that helps you. You can just fool around and, change the items and see if you can come up with more items. I'm sure you can. There's 169 categories according to the data set. And see what you come up with. But again, this is a very basic look at market basket analysis. There's a lot more analysis you can do to get under these numbers. So I don't want to present it as this simplistic when you're actually using it to make decisions, especially like retailers or, people that actually do the data analysis for these people. But it gives you a good idea of how it's done in a most basic level. So let me know if you have any questions.